everyone, welcome back to our channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking to you about the steps that you need to follow, the documents that you need to submit after you receive an ITA. So let's get started.
Receiving your ITA is a very important milestone in your PR process, and that's a very good news. The next set of documents that you would be required to submit to IRCC for further processing of your PR application includes police clearance certificate, proof of funds, and a medical examination report. We are going to cover each one of these one by one. A police clearance certificate is an important document issued by the local authorities to say that you don't have any adverse report against you. So how do you get this document? You have to approach the local authorities and apply for a police clearance, and they would issue you the document. In case if you have lived in different countries for a period of 6 months continuously in the past 10 years, then you have to get the police clearance certificate from each of these countries. And who needs to get the police clearance certificate? Anyone in the family who is applying for a PR and who is 18 years and above need to get this document. The police clearance certificate has to be in English. In case if the document is in any other language, you have to get it translated from a certified translator and then submit the document to IRCC. In case if the document has an expiry date, you should ensure that the document that you are submitting is not an expired one. Usually there will be a date in police clearance certificate, and this date should not be 60 days older than the date from which you have made your application for PR. Also, it may so happen that in certain cases, you are not able to get a police clearance certificate on time. So in such scenarios, there are certain set of documents that you can provide to IRCC to say that you have applied for a police clearance certificate and it is under processing. However, IRC may accept or reject those documents. Also, certain countries may refuse to issue a police clearance certificate, and in such case you should submit a document saying that why you are not issued a police clearance certificate. So with this, we pretty much come to an end for a police clearance, and then we will talk about proof of funds. Proof of funds is a very important document that you have to submit to IRCC, and which helps them to assess that whether you have sufficient funds to support your family during your initial days in Canada. The guidelines for how much funds you should have in your account is clearly outlined in the IRCC website, and we have also sharing these details in this video. And every year IRCC changes this amount, so you have to track the IRCC website to see what are all the current requirements. For getting a proof of funds, you have to approach the local authorities or the financial institution in your place where you have an account, and you have to request them to issue a proof of funds. In case if you and your wife are applying for the PR, then you can pull in the resources and you can show that as a proof of funds. One thing to remember is that it can't be a borrowed fund. It has to be a clear fund and should be available to you to use as soon as you arrive in Canada. Also, this document has to be printed in the letterhead of the financial institution. It should clearly mention your name, your account details, and your balances on the account. In case if you have any outstanding for your mortgage or any of your loan products, those have to be clearly mentioned in that document. It may so happen that you would have secured a job offer before you arrive in Canada, and if that is the case, then you need not have to submit the proof of funds. However, one thing that you have to remember is that if you have a job offer, it should be valid for at least an year for IRCC to consider as part of your PR application process. Once you have submitted your proof of funds and police clearance certificate, IRCC would review those documents, and within few days or within few months they would come back to you asking you to submit your medical examination report, in case if they are okay with your previous documents that you have submitted to IRCC. IRCC has approved panel of doctors and hospitals in each country, and you have to get your medical examination done from those hospitals or from those doctors only. Once you have a notification from IRCC for conducting a medical examination, you have to approach these hospitals, and usually they should be able to do these tests within a day, and you would not receive the reports directly, and these doctors or the hospitals would be submitting these reports directly to the IRCC. So once you submit your medical examination report, that's probably the end of most of the documents that you have given to IRCC, and IRCC would take these documents and process them to assess whether they can grant you PR or not. You have to continuously check your online account to see the updates on the account, and also there are certain forums which are available online where you can go and check what is happening currently, because there are these forums, there are people who would have applied to PR like you, and they would be discussing, and you would know the updates. Probably those are not the exact ones, but you would be able to assess what's going on and how much time it is taking and all. But of course, your online account is the only place where you would be getting an update from IRCC. So once IRCC approves your PR application, they would send a notification in your account, and you will have to submit your passports and for stamping, and along with that they would also issue you a document called as COPR. In our case, since there was no embassy, Canadian embassy in the place where we were, we had to submit the documents to an agency called as VFS. VFS is present globally, and they have offices in many locations, and we are leaving below a link where you can go and check the countries where they have the presence. Once you submit your passport, it is predominantly pretty much done, and you would get a visa stamping along with the confirmation of permanent residency. This is a very important document. You have to carry this with you when you land in Canada, and once you land, immigration authorities would check these documents and would let you inside the country. So this pretty much brings us to the end of the video. In this video we have covered about the express entry program. There are other ways in which you can also apply for a Canadian PR, which are called as, one of them is the provincial nomination program. We are not covering that in our video. However, we are leaving below the link, and you can visit those links to get more information on provincial nomination program. With this, we pretty much cover the complete PR process through express entry scheme. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Please do leave us some comments, and please do consider subscribing to our channel. And you can also follow us on Instagram. We will see you soon in our next video. Till then, take care.